right? Minging Skates Part 2, A New Nightmare.
It's disgusting!
Now I actually thought a list of 10 would be enough, but no, you want more visually disturbing skates. So let's jump back into the misery.
Hold tight. 1.
Now these ones were just outside my top 10, but for a lot of people, these were the #1 offenders of all time. Out Poppies and Daisies, iconically ugly.
My God, you're looking hideously ugly today.
It's like they've airbrushed out the boot groove or something. It seems like the first mould, and then they just got bored and forgot to do all the rest. It's oddly smooth like a seal or something. The lack of features on it make it seem really sinister. It's like when somebody pulls a tight over their head and like smudges all their features together so it's really hard to identify them. Or one of those like semi-clear masks. What are you up to, man? What are you trying to hide with this? Page 1, chapter 1, basic boot design. As simple as it gets, please. Subway sandwich? Yeah, I'll have that plain, please. Not even any butter. Can I interest you in some lace soles? Yeah, you've twisted my arm. I'll have as many as we can get, please. It makes sense now that Austin Powers doesn't like these.
The most useless part of a skate and my biggest pet peeve on almost all skates are the laces.
You're taking half the boot away with lace soles, man. There's so many lace soles, like doing that up is like bondage or something. It's like wrapping your foot up like a mummy. Just imagine how long and how frustrating it would be to actually lace those things up.
Bruh.
Then imagine you snap laces. Oh my goodness, I couldn't face it again. I would just bin the things. I'd actually rather just gaffer tape the whole things up every single time I use them than lace those things up. Little bit of history for you. The inventor, Toto Gali, was actually a mega good quad skater, but then he was convinced to go into inline, and then he came up with the skates. And the skates actually stand for Once Upon a Time. Once upon a time I spent 12 years trying to lace up my skates, man. The best known colours are the light blue and kind of light grey, but there was actually a load of other colours as well. There was green, there was a dark grey, often called static, there was a dark blue, and then there was a black.
2.
Another well-loved skate, Oxygen Argon, the combat boot of inline skates.
No.
These are built for all-out combat, man. You're going to war in these things or something. It is the most aggressive looking skate ever. It looks dangerous. If you showed a non-skater these and then went, oh, just going out to do a bit of aggressive skating, I'd assume they'd imagine that you're going out there smashing in walls, kicking down people's doors, bending handrails in half, setting things on fire, potentially setting yourself and the skates on fire. Heavy duty overlap death boots.
Bruh.
What does that even mean? Imagine a parent reading that as well. Death boots? I'm not quite sure these are for you, Timmy. Forged together by a blacksmith in the 7th layer of hell. Even Frodo couldn't destroy these things, throwing them into Mount Doom. If the dark web could skate, this is what it would use. Soul plates up the yin-yang. What on earth does that mean, man? If you don't get out of the way, you'll end up with these skates up your yin-yang. These skates are absolute tanks, man. I'm pretty sure I heard that like after they dipped out of rollerblading, the boots were then used as bomb-proof boots. Kind of makes sense, really. And you can get your death boots in a variety of colours as well.
3.
Up next is Rollerblades CI5. The colour is kind of like a cross between bile and bone. Kind of makes me think of people who do that mad stuff with taxidermy. You know, when they start like combining different animals and like merging all their bones together. Or you know, when you see people drive around big vans and they've got loads of like skull heads in the front of their car so you can all see them. Yeah, like don't trust those people, and these are the kind of skates they would use. Seriously, if you ever spot these in somebody's house and your phone signal starts to like blink a little bit, I would just get out of there, run for your life, man. This is some wrong turn, the hills have eyes, the devil's rejects kind of skate situation. These are also potentially a death device from Saw. The protection around the buckle looks like it'd actually rip your fingers off. Also though, got some comical like little kind of curved bit like a banana.
4.
Another one that got a lot of mentions, the USD Cyrus, the shoebill stalk of rollerblading. What a rotter. Cyrus the virus from Con Air, man. The various stripes on the things just brought them like unnecessary attention, kind of like putting fairy lights on a Some of the designs also gave the impression of like a hoof. Were these built for Mr. Tumnus or something? That shark fin groove just made them look more daft. Just quickly, I've got some new merch, and for those of you who don't know the Spotty Dog tail, let me spin the yarn for you just briefly. It all starts in Jersey, where I'm from, known for tiny potatoes, Jersey cows, tax evasion, and well, Spotty Dog. It began with my dad. He used to say it all the time. Me and my cousin used to hear him say it and thought it was fairly funny, so we started using it when we were skating, and it's just stuck. It means like sound, it means like good, so like if somebody lands a good trick. Spotty Dog Man. Miguel Almiron's goal on the weekend. Woohoo! A Spotty Dog Man. 22 degrees in London on the weekend in October. Mate, Spotty Dog. This one is called Nice One Sun because it's kind of like a sun, got those sunbeams coming off there. Spotty Dog and all squiggly. You've got the dog actually written in the swirly O in the middle. This one was inspired by like a couple of 90s band t-shirts that I've seen. Ideal for playing pool in, doing skids on the trolleys at supermarkets, like burning it around the aisles. Like, you want a little bit of bright and exciting colour on there. I wore it to the opticians the other day and he seemed to really like it, so ideal for wearing to the opticians. We've also got this one, which is the Orlando Zoom t-shirt. If you look really closely at the logo, we've actually used a puff ink on the thing, so it gives it a bit of texture and a raised finish, so it's like popping off the shirt. Gone for the sporty and grey. Ideal for, I think, handy if you're going to buy a second-hand car, or if you're meeting like your partner's parents for the first time. You still want to represent the skating, but you know, you don't want to go too wild or anything on there. You could go for a run with the thing. Croquet, maybe you'll get away with it on the golf course as well, I'm not sure, maybe though, subtle-ish. Then you've got Orlando Zoom in a bone hoodie. How many clothes do you have that are bone colour? Come on man, like, I know it looks a bit white, but it's not. It's closer to like an ecru or like a natural, like a very light beige. And they're calling it bone. Bone is involved with loads of good stuff like dinosaur bones, Bone Thugs and Harmony, E.T. phone bone. I've got to pick a bone with you. That's a brilliant phrase. Not this bone though. And then I've done a brown version of the abstract t-shirt. You know, kind of like autumnal kind of vibes, because there's not many brown t-shirts in rollerblading, I don't think. Not that I'm aware of anyway. Gone for like a tan kind of print there. So it's kind of close to that, you know, in that spectrum of like browns and stuff like that. Ideal for, you ever see big piles of leaves that people spend ages like sweeping up? Just going and booting them. Absolutely great for that. Boot them up, chaos, they go up in the air, you're kind of camouflage for the leaves, woof, dart on out of there, and then they're just left to clean up again. Yeah, you could help if you really want to. As with the other ones, these are all designed and printed by rollerbladers. I'm trying to keep like rollerbladers involved in as much as the process as possible. These are available now on my website. I'll put a link in the description. I don't know how many is actually going to be left because I offered it to my Patreons first and they've definitely grabbed a fair few of them. If you want to join the Patreon as well, there's a link in the description below, like exclusive videos, first dibs on any like bits of merch and stuff. And I should have some more merch before the end of the year, maybe. Really great way to support me, and thanks for all the support. Back to the bogging skates.
5.
Shimmer had some great skates, and I had a few pairs of them as well. These ones not so much. Razor Shimmer 5s. They look like Freddy Krueger's face with those like bubble things on them.
Great graphics.
It's like the skate has contracted some otherworldly virus. Oh mate, bubbling up. It's like when they started melting all the gremlins in the film. It's like they didn't have one clear idea what to do with the skate, so they decided to do absolutely everything. Yeah, we'll get some Nike Air Max bubbles on there, we'll do patchy bits and just rivet them on. Oh, we've got some spare straps lying around when we just stick one of those on the heel. It's not really designing a skate if you just put absolutely everything you can think of on it. It's just so busy, man. All the previous ones were so much nicer.
6.
K2 Nemesis. Are these meant to look like a toothpaste advert? What's going on here? Aquafresh.
The red stripe helps fight plaque and protects gums. The white stripe has fluoride to fight decay.
It's a rip-off Jordan. It's even got the rip-off logo on there as well. You know, like the one where he has like a ball in each hand, so he ends up having 2 balls. Or the one where he's got a booty. It's like that. The sole plate's as big as a cat litter tray. There's some really odd like thong design between the cuff and the sole plate as well. That is just bizarre, man. It kind of looks like some sort of like gear the Power Rangers might wear.
Let's do it, guys. Right. It's morphin' time.
And then they've put the 45 degrees
Strap.
in the wrong friggin' place, man.
7.
Pat Lennon's Pro Skate had a similar baffling design as well. It was like layers of sedimentary rock. I feel like I'm back in geography. I did used to love geography though, so there is that. And Pat Lennon was also the boss man.
8.
Now the original ramps were a really cool, interesting concept. Then it all just kind of went to you know, when like a restaurant offers you like a burger that's got like 5 patties on it and it's just like drowning in like all the extra bits. You got the onions, the cheese, all the relish in there, and it's huge monster. You think, oh wow, that looks really impressive. But then you're like, but how do I actually eat the thing? This is what I mean, this is what's going on with these skates. They're just too friggin' big. It's like the biggest kebab you can imagine, and then they've just put some laces and a sole plate on the thing. It's just bursting like. Steady on the garlic sauce, boss man, this thing's ready to explode. Using those would be like skating around with 2 stegosauruses on your feet, man. Why are they like that? There was like a million sets of laces on them. One pair even had like a corset at the back of them. Why are you making them difficult to use like? To be fair to them, they kind of reduced a lot of the bulkiness in the OS models, but then it just made them look like they were really long, like banana boats or something. Cheers to all my Patreons, your names are up on the screen. If you like this one and you want to see the first part of it, there should be a link there. Here's another video you can watch as well. Thanks for watching it. Let me know if there's any minging skates that I missed out on. Spotty dog.